What's going on, everybody? It's your girl Star coming really quick with a recap of Love and Hip Hop Atlanta Season 5, Episode 10. This episode actually comes on tomorrow. I caught it on Facebook, so I say, hey, why not? Even though I really haven't been reviewing Love and Hip Hop because it's starting to get, irritating. But I'm like, okay, well, and then I need to do a quick update from my video earlier as far as the drama beef that's going on between Joseline and Stevie J. So, yeah, let me go on and get into it. The version that I saw on Facebook, it was cool, but at the same time, it was like you could tell. I guess it was edited because it didn't have any cursing in it, but then again, it wasn't because they was talking on the green screen instead of the background. So I probably still watch tomorrow, to see if I missed anything or whatever. Anyhow, we kick off the episode with Arian meeting with Betty and Betty Boop and D Smith to talk about her music. She says that she really wants to do music and she's put everybody before her and all that stuff. She goes into crying and all that, and then she's talking about how she did audition for K Michelle, but she didn't want to be K Michelle backup singer. But if I recall correctly, she didn't sound too hot. Now, she didn't sound horrible, but she didn't sound too hot, and I did not like how dude had tried to play her that was with K Michelle at the audition. They say that all hard, so I won't hurt again.
Sounded like a cat dying and trying
I'm not
to
trying
let
to
you
fight with
see.
you, but it's cool. Hurry up. So then Deb, Bambi, and Tammy, they meet up. And Deb basically ain't feeling the beef that's going on between them. She's having an event for her No RIP, which is her little foundation, which is No Reckless Internet Posting. Because as we know, her son had committed suicide. Because he was being bullied on social media and things like that. And she was saying how she wanted to get she wanted D Smith to actually participate in the thing. And I kind of felt Bambi during this time because she was like, D Smith came at her, but if she was to go at D Smith and say certain things, people would be like, you're being homophobic or you're not treating her right because she's trans and things like that. So it's a whole sticky situation, and I was kind of feeling where Bambi came from. And like she said, D Smith came for her, so she went in on her type of thing. So I was not mad at Bambi in that situation because, yeah, she kicked it off. Anyhow, so Deb wants all of them to be at her event. Scrap has a photo shoot, and during this photo shoot, it's at KK's studio or warehouse or whatever, and he, getting prepared to go to jail, all that stuff, him and the baby doing a photo shoot, and then during that time, he had told the baby, that, he was going where kids couldn't go, basically telling him he was going to jail, and if it's acting, that baby did a good job acting. It hurt my heart. That baby was sitting up there, crying because his dad was going away. And Scrap like, who your best friend? And he like, you, daddy. So I'm like, oh man, Scrap, I know his ass when he come home, he better stay home, okay? You need to take this and learn from this, okay? You have a child that's watching you and that's gonna miss you if you're gone. So, and he said his relationship with his son is based off the fact that he didn't have a good relationship with his father. But also, during that, KK and Scrap get to talking or whatever, and all of a sudden she says she's not Team Tommy no more. So, she's not Team Tommy, but she has heard about Carly Red. And she vouches for Carly Red. And Scrap told her ass, you vouch for Tommy crazy ass too. So that was that. Deb meets up with D Smith, and basically they talking about all the situations and stuff. And of course, D Smith, I hate that she's like this because I really was looking forward to liking her this season. But it didn't, I don't not like her. Maybe it's just editing or something. But anyhow, she had a nasty attitude with Miss Deb. And Miss Deb was like, okay, I see this ain't gonna work. You know what I'm saying? And, she's saying a little slick shit about Tammy. Deb don't play about her family and all of that. So, it wasn't even a good meetup or whatever. So Mimi meets up to talk with Stevie J. And he, of course, He said Joseline lying about the baby shit. He got 5 kids. He shows Mimi the video of all his shit tore up that he says that Joseline tore up. And Mimi kind of like, well, why would she tear your shit up? You know what I'm saying? And basically she said she's gonna figure out if he has a baby or not. And then Stevie says, is you gonna let me stay? And then here go Mimi, against my better judgment. She let him stay. And as soon as she walked off, he kicked up his motherfucking feet talking about daddy's home. I don't know. Whatever. So KK throws Scrap get together or whatever. I don't know where it was at. I think it was like Kurt, Rashida, Stevie, his brother, and some more other stuff. During that time, Stevie tells them that, he's crashing at Mimi house. Him and Joseline is on the outs. Rashida like, oh, hell nah. Let me talk to my friend because she done lost it. Anyhow, I think what Mona needs to do is like put a gag order on the cast during the season because it makes it so unbelievable. It make you not want to watch because you're watching this, but then you're seeing what's going on social media. So yeah, I don't know. Mona needs to do something about that because yeah, it's just it throws it off. You know what I'm saying? Anyhow, KK and Scrap dip off. They have them, a little heart-to-heart conversation, and she's telling him he don't got to worry about nothing when he gone. She gonna do whatever it takes to see her grandbaby and bring him to see him and all of that stuff. Then we get to everybody saying how they gonna hold him down and all that stuff. Stevie J says, he gonna hold him down, and then he goes into his confessional and say, yeah, he don't need all this on him, so I'm not gonna tell him about me and Tommy's rendezvous. I ain't gonna tell him now. I ain't never gonna tell him. Rendezvous, whatever, you know what I'm trying to say. So basically, he made me feel like they done already did something, but who knows? The way she was acting, probably. Anyhow, Aaron is all excited about this so-called music career. So her, D. Smith, Betty Boop, and Mimi meets up. They talk about all that shit. The main point of this meetup was basically for them to tell her that they think that she should go on to Deb's event. So, Scrap and his brother, they doing their little prayer and stuff. It's just a little sad moment. Scrap gives Saz a little pep talk about how he needs to hold it down and all of that. At this point, I'm just like, damn, well, Scrap, it's sad that this is happening, but situations like this, you do the crime, you do the time, you learn, and you carry on. It's going to be hard, not to go back to the same thing. But what's harder, going back to the same thing or going back to jail? Being away from, your family and stuff like that. Like, you just got to make a choice. And, yeah, I think it's going to be a little bit harder, on you. If you go back to jail, if you get out, do the same thing, and go back to jail. Y'all get what I'm saying? I don't know. I might not have said that right, but basically, shit, your ass know you don't want to go back to jail, so do not do the same things. Yes, it will seem like it's perfect and you getting money and shit, but going to jail is a lot worse. So, yeah. Anyhow, we get to Deb event. The event is going good. They talking about bullying and, yeah, it's a sad. I get sad whenever I hear about her son committing suicide. Like, I be like, damn. You know what I'm saying? Because you can tell it really hurts her. So they have this panel, and even Mama D was talking like she had a lot of sense. I say, Mama D playing with y'all ass. She cuts up when she wants to. Ain't nothing wrong with damn Mama D. Ain't nothing wrong with her. Because she knows how to turn the switch on and turn that shit off. Anyhow, yeah. So they at the panel, and then D and Betty Boop, they show up all late. I think that was rude, first of all. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, y'all want attention in this event, and it ain't even fucking about y'all. Y'all know, you know what I'm saying? You knew what time that shit started, and I'm quite sure they started a little bit late just for stuff like that. And then here y'all come prancing in or whatever. And so Tammy is doing her talk. And as she's talking, she kind of hits on the whole thing between her and D. Smith in the Walker situation. So she kind of threw it in, and D. Smith caught that shit. So D. Smith gets up there. She goes to the podium. Once they open up for questions, she's saying, she started off real good, telling about her life and how things went for her. And then it just kind of went left somehow. So, Tammy says, she points out that her daughter is there, and, her daughter didn't know about the birds and bees and all of this. And D. Smith is like, it's not about the birds and the bees, it's about, the person's soul. And things get heated. D. Smith, for some reason, beat her hand on the table, and, beat her hand on the table, whatever. Then, Tammy popped off. And then, cameo, I swear that was Amaya Scott. She was like, y'all not gonna gang up on her. Talking about they weren't gonna gang up on D. Smith. I promise you, I think that was Amaya. Amaya Scott, King Amaya Scott, whatever. I follow her on Instagram. I think that was her. I'll probably figure that out tomorrow, whatever. But pause. Let me rewind. So when they was sitting up there in the restaurant, Arian, Mimi, Betty Boop, and D. Smith. D. Smith ass gonna reenact her conversation with excuse me, her conversation with Deb. And when I say she hit the man voice, she hit the man voice. Oh my god, her shit got deep as hell. Arian had to go to the green script like, oh my god. Like, yeah, she hit that motherfucking deep voice, and I had to stop the damn thing, and I gagged. Anyhow, back on topic, or back on, subject or whatever. Basically, shit. She did that shit. Deb got mad. They went back with and forth. Deb said all the shit needs to stop, and the end. So then we get to Doomsday for Scrap. He gets up at dark 30 and cut his hair. And guess what, y'all? He looked fine as hell. Now, I've been seeing these pictures online where he has been bald. He ain't look like, so I was waiting. I'm just like, oh shit, here we go. We're gonna see his old ugly ass. He looked ugly as hell, bald headed. But honey, when he cut his hair, he had a little bit of hair. I'm like, okay, Scrap could get it. He could get it. Okay. Putting some little oil sheen on his little fro and stuff. Yes, he was looking nice to me. Sorry, y'all. Anyhow, KK rolls up his hair. You know how when you cut your son's hair for the first time, you keep the hair or whatever. KK did that shit like Scrap was a motherfucking infant or something. I don't know why she kept his hair or what she's gonna do with it, but okay, that's her mommy son thing or whatever. Anyhow, they get ready to go to court. He said bye to the kids. They get there. A lot of family and friends are there. They praying and crying and stuff. KK got on black like she going to a goddamn funeral, and then it goes off. So basically, that was Love and Hip Hop, ATL, Season 5, Episode 10. And yes, here comes the update.
Beach this beautiful Sunday. God is good all the time. Don't let the devil steal your shine. And be a happy ass biatch. And get them where it hurts.
Alright, the little quick update. Stevie J and Joseline. I told you guys how they were beefing. He got mad 'cause she went on the radio and said what she said, talking about he ain't had no hits. And I guess he got mad and was like, I ain't had no hits, whatever, woo, woo, woo. We ain't married. We ain't never been married. Ain't never gonna be married. Woo wop the bam. So, Joseline, I guess when she woke up, because she was in Miami, she got on Instagram and started, posting little posts. But the one thing where I said the update, where I wanted to, come back, she had posted the caption on one of the pictures, like, fuck nigga, I found you at Mimi's sister garage. You, Eva, and Mimi was dying of heat. Don't forget, I gave you and your baby and baby mama money for food. Bitch, backtrack. And then, of course, she did the post that he's talking about him being gay and all of that. I will include, the captions and stuff. She was talking about the when he did the thing, she was talking about his glasses, talking about 5 years, and she got a whole bunch of pictures with girls with guns, I guess, like shots fired type of thing. I'm not sure. Like I had told y'all, I really wish, okay, y'all don't want to be together. You know what I'm saying? Like, just go y'all separate ways. Stop tearing each other down, because at one point in time you guys were one. And I know it's easier said than done, but more so, I think it's like different when it's like us. And I hate to see people go off on Facebook, but I have had my times where I have went off, you know what I'm saying, on social media. So I'm really like, it's like a sticky situation. But like, you know, this whole thing, oh, you still running your dick suckers and all of that. Like, girl, y'all on TV, you getting like different parts in TV shows and stuff like that. Don't mess that stuff up trying to argue with Stevie. It's not worth it. You know what I'm saying? And Stevie, you got other stuff going on. You got on your Instagram the stuff from the Bad Boy reunion tour as if you're there or something. Your son just graduated. You know what I'm saying? Y'all got to do better. Y'all need to stop Stevie J and Joseline. I love them. But I just really wish that they would stop, you know? I don't know. Hopefully this shit dies down. I don't know. Like I said, I kind of think that this could be a stunt for you know, the reunion. I don't know. Yeah, she got shit saying she got receipts. I have the receipts with the lady from Dynasty holding up the paper. She got a tattoo with a dick in Donald Trump mouth. Oh wow. I'm looking out my computer. Talking about Stevie and the papers will prove it. Go run tell that hoe. Hashtag reunion. Hashtag love hip hop ATL. Like I said, they ass is showing the fuck out. Anyhow, y'all, that's it. Because I don't want this video to be too long. Talk to you guys later. Bye.